week here on SmashDown, it was an all-crush this final as we kicked off the all-new July season. Raminator took on the Boss Gator, and Diecast would prevail, getting the championship win, holding on to the flag. And right now, we kick off week 2 of the all-new July season, and we have got 16 of the baddest monster trucks ready to rip up the arena floor here tonight. Hello, everyone. I'm your host tonight, Steve Jones, alongside Gary Armstrong. And Gary, we're going to see one awesome show with some of the best trucks in the field.
That's right, Steve. A lot of new trucks debuted last week as well as drivers, but the story is here tonight. Is Crush This going to dominate the arena floor like they did last week? We're about to find out and see if that man right there, 𝐸𝐻𝐺, will hang on to the flag.
Well, right now we're getting ready to go round 1 racing, and up first we're going to see the return of BKT taking on 𝐸𝐻𝐺, the legend. Jester takes on 𝐸𝐻𝐺, 𝐾𝐴OS taking on Snakebite. Then it's the return of Thrasher taking on Virginia Giant. Other side of your bracket, Brutus and Boss Gator, JYD and the Maniac. The all-new Nightmare takes on Metal Militia, and then Clydesdale's going to go one-on-one with the champion in Raminator. And up first at the lines, Chris Baluk in the BKT machine with an all-new mainframe up underneath that truck. He had a good outing last week on SmashDown. The truck seems to be running top-notch for him. He will now take on your boy Shaggy. Matt Cheever inside of 𝐸𝐻𝐺, the legend, ready to go over here on the inside lane, sporting a brand new body on the truck, ready to rock the house, ready to go. Let's see what he's got against Chris Baluk and BKT. Both drivers stage, we kick off week 2. Green light drops down there side by side, down the straightaway over the first jump. Let's shoot out to the finish line. And 𝐸𝐻𝐺, the legend, your boy Shaggy, keeps it upright. He will advance on into round 2 here tonight, and BKT going home on the trailer in a stellar race. Just not enough for the legend. And up next is the bad boy, Johnny Retlaw, returning inside of Jester. He will now take on Matt Dempsey in the all-new Raging Steel machine. We've only seen that truck out here just a handful of times. And there you see the Jester machine. That's Johnny Retlaw, your Night 1 Monster Mania 6 champion over there on the outside lane. Can he get the job done here tonight on SmashDown against Raging Steel? Here's the green light down the straightaway. They go side by side. They got a good race through no man's land over the cars. Jester now in trouble. Over he goes, Gary, inside of the shutdown area. And Matthew Dempsey looks like he got the win over Jester. What do you think?
Hey, Steve, from up here in the booth, it does look like the Jester machine fell just short of Raging Steel going across the last of the cars. Matt Dempsey is your winner here tonight in the Raging Steel Chevrolet. Up next, we're taking a look at Colt Cobra, Gene Patterson, and Snakebite ready to go down against Josh Brown in the Quad Chaos machine. We saw him out here last season, Quad Chaos, looking strong, but Gene Patterson in that Ford BDS Supercharged Brass Eagle Snakebite is ready to go from the Crush This race team.
Well, both drivers are stage. Here's the green light down the straightaway. They go slightly to Snakebite. Here comes Quad Chaos right there with them. They make contact. Over they go in the shutdown area. What a matchup it was here tonight in round 1. Quad Chaos was not letting up a little bit as Patterson had a hard time holding that truck down to the ground. As we look at the replay here, down the straightaway they go. Snakebite with a slight lead. Here comes Quad Chaos now on the inside. He starts to outdrive Snakebite. Goes up and over the last jump. Snakebite out of shape. He makes a little bit of contact, but he gets it across the finish line first over the Quad Chaos machine. And whammo, right there goes Quad Chaos upside down. And Gene Patterson and Snakebite will take home a win here in round 1.
Yeah, and this track's already proven to be super tight out here. The drivers are letting it all hang out. We've got some incredibly close racing, Steve. But right now, Luke Brown returns to the all-new Thrasher. He's going to be taking on Brian Blake in Virginia Giant out of Winchester, Virginia. He's ready to go on the inside lane right here.
That's right, we got a 4-0 over gate shootout here tonight inside of round 1 as Thrasher gets ready to take on the Virginia Giant. Both drivers staged and ready to go. Who's going to round 2? Green light drops down now off the line. They go. Thrasher got the jump on him. Here comes Giant on the inside. Thrasher's out of shape, and the body comes off of the truck, Gary. How about that? What a ride for Thrasher. We're going to go back and check out the MTA replay, but Brian Blake came from behind right there. What happened to Thrasher, we're not sure, as we go back and take another look at our MTA replay.
Yeah, Steve, what an awesome race that was. Problems for Thrasher as he came down onto that last set of cars. We take another look right here. There you see Luke Brown on the outside lane and has a lead on the Virginia Giant. As they go through no man's land, Thrasher now out of shape. Virginia Giant makes a little bit of contact with him, causing him to flip over, and the body just separates from the chassis, and Virginia Giant will advance on into round 2.
And as you can see, Gary, the MTA track crew officials are down there now to roll Luke Brown in the Thrasher machine right side up. Again, the body separated itself as they went over that last set of cars. What an incredible matchup. Virginia Giant will move on. But up next, coming to the line, we're going to see the return of Austin Spence inside of the Boss Gator. He won the last race of the June season. He's trying to get that flag back here tonight. He's about to go one-on-one with Greg Durbin and Brutus, who's over here now on the inside lane all the way out of Columbus, Michigan, representing Team Scream. That brand new truck's been working a wonder for him. Does he have what it takes to take out Boss Gator here tonight inside of round one? Green light goes down off the line. They're side by side, slightly to Brutus now on the inside lane. What a race it is. I think Boss Gator may have came back on him on the big end. He pulls out a win over Brutus here tonight. As we go back down and look at your MTA photo finish, your winner in round one is going to be Austin Spence and Boss Gator, who comes from behind on the outside. He'll take out Brutus here in round one. Next up here tonight, new kid on the block, Matthew Hood, coming in the line in the brand new Maniac machine. He's now ready to take on Ryan Davis inside of the Junkyard Dog. The 1941 Willys over here representing the Backyard Beast race team. He's trying to get a big time win out here. He's been out here for a little while. He wants a championship. He's trying to get it done over the all new Maniac on the outside lane. Both drivers stations ready. Green light drops down on the line. The JYD's got the whole shot up and over no man's land. In trouble now. Over he goes. And the Maniac will pull out the win. What a ride for Ryan Davis in the Junkyard Dog. Gary, let's go back and look at this MTA replay, my man.
For sure, if you take a look right here, down the straightaway right off the get-go, JYD has a lead on the Maniac. Watch him now as he goes up and over the first jump, settles it down right here, gets a little crossed up on that second set of jumps, hits the van stack hard, and Maniac will come away with a victory over the Junkyard Dog.
And a violent crash right there for JYD as he came over the second set of ramps. Again, got crossed up, smacks hard into the van stack, and now the MTA track crew officials are down there rolling him back over, and it looks like the left front tire has come off that truck completely. So the Junkyard Dog ready to go back to the pits, and the Backyard Beast race team has got a lot of work to do to get that truck back and ready for next week. But right now we move along with round one. Shane Action Jackson coming back to the line in the all-new Nightmare Dodge, ready now to take on Jake Ehrlich, who's got a new ride of his own in the Metal Militia, ready to go on the outside lane. The former driver of the Aftershock Chevrolet getting a new ride for this season. He now finds himself against Shane Action Jackson, who just got his first Thunder win just a couple of weeks ago. And now both trucks are staged. The green light drops down off the line. They go slightly going to Metal Militia. The Dodge now trying to come back on the area over the last set of cars. Over goes Metal Militia inside of the shutdown area. Nightmare was trying to come back on him, but it looks like Jake Ehrlich, who's upside down, picked up a win in Metal Militia. What do you think, Gary?
Well, from up here in the booth, Steve, it does look like Metal Militia got the win, and he certainly does by about a nose over the Nightmare Dodge.
Well, Gary, I'll tell you what, these races have been close all night long, and right now coming to the line is new kid on the block, Bennett Cartwright in the Clydesdale Chevrolet. He's looking now to take on Dan Agash, your reigning SmashDown champion out here. He defeated Boss Gator, his own teammate, to get that championship flag. The Dodge camp ready to go out of Champaign, Illinois. He's ready now to take on the Bowtie Brigade on the outside lane. Will Clydesdale upset the champion in round one? We're about to find out as the green light goes down on the line. They go. The Dodge got a lead on him up and over the first go. Clydesdale trying to come back. He makes contact with Raminator in the shutdown area, and 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 will roll the truck over as Clydesdale made a little contact going over the last set of cars. We go back now and check out our MTA replay. It was all Dodge on the inside lane, pulling out a big-time lead over the Chevrolet and Clydesdale. He settles it down. Watch the Raminator try to go for broke over the last set of cars. Clydesdale tried to close out the gap. He ends up making some contact. Raminator is upside down, but is still the SmashDown champion here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, with Raminator still holding on to the flag, will anybody step up and take him out here tonight? We're going to find out. Round 2 action to SmashDown, week 2 of the July season, coming up next as we take a look at how round 2 action is going to be breaking down. And after all the close racing we saw earlier tonight in round 1, round 2 action promises to be just as good, because we're going to see Gravedigger the Legend take on Raging Steel. Then Snakebites coming back to take on Virginia Giant. Other side of your bracket, we're taking a look at Boss Gator, going to go one-on-one with the Maniac. And then Metal Militia comes back to take a shot at the champion in the Dodge Raminator. Now up first at the line is new kid on the block. It's Matt Dempsey. We haven't seen him in quite some time, so he's kind of getting his feet wet once again. The Raging Steel Chevrolet back in action. He will now take on your boy Shaggy. Matt Cheever inside of Gravedigger, the legend, who has actually not rolled the truck over here tonight.
Wait, whoa. You said he did not turn the truck over here tonight. That's got to be some kind of shaggy record. We're lucky he made it past the Wheel of Doom to be here, Steve.
Well, as true as that is, we still got a great race ahead of us. Here's the green light down the straightaway. They go side by side, Shaggy with the lead, but Raging Steel trying to come back on him. It's going to come down to a photo finish here tonight as both drivers shot it out to the finish line over the last set of cars. We got to go back up and take another look at our MTA replay. Coming across the line first, and your winner is going to be Gravedigger, the legend. Your boy Shaggy will move on in the semifinal competition here tonight, so the legend will move on. But right now we're going to see if Brian Blank and the Virginia Giant Ford can take out Colt Cobra, Gene Patterson, and the Snakebite Machine out of the Crush This race camp over here now on the inside lane. Looking strong earlier tonight inside of round one. Had a little bit of contact made with Quad Chaos. He's now back, but Virginia Giant had a little bit of contact with Thrasher early tonight in round one. This one ought to be a dandy. Here's the green light, 2 Ford Opals going down, and Snakebite's got the lead on him up and over the last set. Virginia Giant will come back on him over the last set of cars. Looks like some problems for Gene Patterson and Snakebite. We're going to have to go back up and take another look at our MTA replay.
Yeah, Steve, a wild inning right here for Snakebite on the inside lane. You see him come down the straightaway. He has a lead on the Virginia Giant. Watch as he goes up and over the first jump. He settles it down. Last set of cars, he gets balling up on the car stack, and Brian Blake and Virginia Giant will take home a win over the Crush This Snakebite here tonight in round two.
Well, a tough break for Colt Cobra in the Snakebite Machine, but Virginia Giant is moving on, and right now, new kid on the block, Matthew Hood, and the all-new Maniac is about to go one-on-one with Austin Spence out of the Crush This race team inside of the Boss Gator. Again, he closed out the June season as champion, met up with Dana Gosh, his teammate in Raminator, in last week's final. It's trying to be an all Crush This shootout once again. Can he take out Maniac? Green light goes down on the line. They go. The Gator's got a lead on him up and over no man's land. It's all Austin Spence and Boss Gator. He'll put the new kid on the trailer, and Boss Gator will advance on into our semifinal competition. He will be going one-on-one with a truck from our next bracket race, which features Raminator taking on Metal Militia. There you see Spence going back to the pit area. He's getting ready to watch his teammate Dana Gosh defend the championship flag in the Dodge Heavy Horsepower Raminator. He's ready now to take on Jake Ehrlich inside of Metal Militia. The new truck seems to be working well for him, Gary.
It absolutely has, Steve. As you see him over here on the inside lane, Jake Ehrlich has found new life on the MTA circuit inside of that Metal Militia. We'll see what he's got against the champion in Raminator.
Well, both drivers staged and ready. Here's the green light down the straightaway. The Dodge got a lead, but here goes Metal Militia on the inside lane. And Gary, that was way too close to call up here inside of the booth. Jake Ehrlich and Metal Militia was not letting the champion walk away with it easy. As you see Raminator over there in the corner of the track. We got to go back up and look at the MTA replay. Off the line they go. The Dodge got the whole shot, but the Ford's right there with them. Up now over the first jump. They settle it down. It's all about horsepower at this point. They fly high. Here's a look at your first freeze frame, and Metal Militia has the Dodge by inches. We take another look at the finish line cam, and Metal Militia will come away with a victory. He'll put Cheech and the champion on the trailer early tonight out of round two. Metal Militia with a major upset as he gets ready to go into our semifinal competition. What a matchup that was. We're going to crown an all-new SmashDown champion as we get ready to break down how semifinal action is going to unfold. And Gary, we've got a couple of barn burner matchups and a lot of new faces in the semifinals. Matt Cheever and Gravedigger, the legend, is looking strong. He will take on Brian Blank in the Virginia Giant Ford. Other side of your bracket, Austin Spence, he's back. He's the only one left representing Crush This. He's about to take on Jake Ehrlich and Metal Militia, who's trying to make it to his very first championship here tonight. And at the line, it's Brian Blank and Virginia Giant ready to go one-on-one with your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever, inside of Gravedigger, the legend.
And the best part about this semifinal competition, Steve, is you really don't see these guys get this far inside of an MTA racing bracket. I'm so glad to see these guys stepping up and taking out the big names to make it to the final round showdown.
That's right, Gary. One of them's going to make history or be history. There's the green light. Virginia Giant with a lead on him. The legend's coming back. Virginia Giant in all kinds of trouble, Gary, on the other side of the track. And Matt Cheever looks like he's going to go to the final round showdown. We're going to go back up and check out our MTA replay.
Yeah, Steve, if you take a look at this, Virginia Giant got the legend off the whole shot. Down the straightaway they go. Virginia Giant still on the side lane. Here comes Matt Cheever on the inside. Watch Virginia Giant now get crossed up into the bus stack over there on the outside lane. And Shaggy in 𝐸𝐵𝐷𝐿𝐴 the Legend will take home a semifinal victory. He is in the finals.
And right now, we're going to find out who the Legend is going to meet in the final round showdown. Will it be Jake Ehrlich and Metal Militia or Austin Spence inside of the Boss Gator? We saw Jake Ehrlich earlier tonight take out 𝐷𝐴𝐻 and Raminator, who is the reigning champion. Can he take out another Crush This contender over here on the inside lane? Austin Spence in a Boss Gator. He's got one bad, fast piece of equipment. Who's going to the finals? Here's the green light now down the straightaway. They go. They're side by side. Straight into the Gator on the inside. He's out of shape and over he goes. And Jake Ehrlich, Metal Militia will go to the final round showdown as we got a Gator down inside of the shutdown area, Gary. What an incredible matchup it was.
You were absolutely right, Steve. Talk about Jake Ehrlich making a huge impression, and Metal Militia now finds himself in the finals. And that's coming up next. Metal Militia takes on 𝐸𝐵𝐷𝐿𝐴 the Legend.
Well, the finals are coming up next, but I want to take a minute and remind all of you watching here tonight, be sure to check out the Crush This podcast Tuesday nights on Facebook and YouTube. 𝐷𝐴𝐻 and Bradshaw do an awesome job breaking down interviews with drivers and crew members inside of the monster truck industry. So be sure to check out the Crush This podcast on YouTube and Facebook. And welcome back to SmashDown, ladies and gentlemen. Here's how the final round showdown is going to be breaking down. 𝐸𝐵𝐷𝐿𝐴 the Legend took out BKT, Raging Steel, and then Virginia Giant and Semis to punch his ticket into the finals. Other side of your bracket, Metal Militia eliminated Nightmare. Then we saw him take out Raminator and Boss Gator, and now he is in the finals as well against Shaggy in the Legend. And right now, we're going to talk about this kid. He's been in MTA for quite some time, a couple of years, and the Aftershock Chevrolet wasn't getting the job done. Now finds himself behind the wheel of Metal Militia. Then we got to talk about this guy, Gary. Whether it's the Wheel of Doom or rolling the truck over, tearing up parts, he now finds himself in the finals. It's your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever.
Yes, Steve, no matter what, you're going to get some kind of quality entertainment out of Shaggy. We'll see what he's got here tonight in the final.
That's right. 𝐸𝐵𝐷𝐿𝐴 the Legend takes on Metal Militia. Who's going to take the title? Green light goes down the straightaway. The Legend's got a lead on him. Up and over the first jump. Metal Militia's right there. Over goes Shaggy in the shutdown area. And just when you thought he was too good to be true, he dumps it on its lid in the final round showdown. Gary, let's go back and take another look at our MTA replay.
No doubt about it, Steve. We just saw an incredible final here tonight. As you can tell, coming down the straightaway, the Legend has a lead on Metal Militia. They settle it down in no man's land, shoot out to the finish line. The rear tires of the Legend hit the last of the cars, and Shaggy rolls it over inside of the shutdown area, but he gets the win here tonight.
He definitely got it here tonight, Gary. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, give it up for your all-new SmashDown champion, your boy Shaggy, 𝐸𝐵𝐷𝐿𝐴 the Legend. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys once again for riding with us here on this Tuesday night. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show on SmashDown. Thank you guys so much for your continued support of the MTA YouTube channel. Be sure, if you haven't already, cross that subscribe button. I'll catch you down the road.